Hey everyone, it's SeaMystic back here with another pick a card. So the pick a card that won the poll was, what do you need to remember? And as always, we have 4 piles to choose from. 1, 2, 3, and 4. The timestamps will be in the description box below. If you need more time to think about it, just go ahead and pause. Otherwise, let's go ahead and get started. Hey, for those of you who chose group 1, let's go ahead and dive in as mermaids do. We'll start with your channeled messages. I was getting something about an internal split with you and how as a tree grows outwardly, it grows the same way underneath the ground. And I was trying to envision what that shape would look like if you were split. And I was getting like an X. But then I saw something a couple days later, I'll talk about here in a minute, that kind of sealed the deal on the message. I was getting the number 252, which is about transparency and do not fear. I was getting the vulture spirit, which is about purification and resourcefulness. And both of those talk about not fearing new beginnings. 5 days later, I saw a TikTok about the ancient Greek ideas of love, and it had an image that reminded me of what I had channeled for you about the tree. So I will put that image up on the screen. I've been putting a lot on the screen. I'm sorry I didn't mention that before, but I tend to do that. I tend to put a lot of information on the screen. And I was also getting the 8-pointed star with that, and there will be information about that on the screen also. That is Hope Big Water. For the tarot. Interesting. I see where the split is. Your as above is not as belowing right now. You're showing up as the King of Swords with the moon. Did you know that that means that you are assertive and you can cut through the truth, you can cut through illusions and confusion? Yet your overall energy is the 7 of Cups, which is confusion and illusion. And internally, you're showing up as the 9 of Cups. You have dreams. I've got dreams. And you have the sense of, inner fulfillment that you're trying to achieve. Wait a minute. So this reading is about what you need to remember. And the rest of those lyrics are, I've got dreams, dreams to remember. I'm going to link that song in the timestamps with this reading. It could be important. But you're showing up presently in the 3 of Swords. So it's almost like you're breaking your own heart. And it's crossed by the Queen of Cups. This could involve somebody else. But this could be involving you on a spiritual, emotional level. In your past energy, I see why maybe you had given up on some dreams. We had the Sun that came out sideways, and we have the 4 of Wands in reverse. So you had things that fell apart or didn't come together in your past, and that's sort of what you're afraid is going to happen in the future. Don't forget, the main card you had was Hope, Big Water. In your future energy, you're showing up as the Knight of Pentacles and the Page of Wands. This is a little bit of contradictory energy, but I'm not surprised coming from you. You have, I don't say split in a bad way. I think you have many aspects to yourself. So the Knight of Pentacles is going to be slow and steady progress, but it's successful progress. And the Page of Wands, that's really quick communication. That's quick news, passion, fiery energy. It's like the advice is to move forward step by step, one day at a time, and to look at it that way, with still having that childlike faith, knowing that things can change on a dime. Okay, so let's get some messages from the mermaid box for more context and clarity. Okay, that's a lot. We have empath, caring too much, caring and carrying too much, probably. A group event or party. Dark night, you could have be having, or well, this is talking about the dark night of the soul. Easier than you think. Drop your guard. Choose wisely on what you drop your guard to, though. Laugh. A passed over loved one is around you. Receiving a message. You could be receiving a message from a passed over loved one. Physical body upgrade. So this is improvements in your health. Oops, accident, mishap. There could be some kind of mishap that happens or has happened. Good karma. Happy accident, as Bob Ross would say. Karmic cycle. Four Swords wants to show itself. All right. Believe in yourself. Imagine what you want for your life and believe it. Hidden spiritual gift. You could have a hidden spiritual gift of doing things like that, like prophecy, imagining. The ability to look through timelines and see the progression of things and build the life and then have that manifest into your reality by how you dream or daydream. That's very specific, but that's coming through. True love wins. Every GD time. Well, maybe not. There's a reason for every season. Different country. Notice who values and supports you as you are. Even if you're a jerk. I'm just kidding. Values and supports you, believes in you, and has unconditional love for you. Divorce, separation. That could have been something that's happened already. All right, but that could also have to do with a mindset or a job. We have Matthew 17:20. He replied, "Because you have so little faith, truly I tell you, if you have faith as small as a mustard seed, and say to this mountain, move from here to there, the mountain will move. Nothing will be impossible for you." Have that one basically memorized. That came up in a client reading also. We have 1 Corinthians 13:4-7. So I'm going to have to get a little bit. The other one I had memorized. My vision is poor. So I'm going to have to get it a little bit closer to my eyeball so I can read it for you. Love is patient. Love is kind. It does not envy. It does not boast. It is not proud. It does not dishonor others. It is not self-seeking. It is not easily angered. It keeps no record of wrongs. Love does not delight in evil, but rejoices with the truth. It always protects, always trusts, always hopes, always perseveres. you have another Bible verse. This one is Jeremiah 29:11. For I know the plans I have for you, declares the Lord, plans to prosper you and not to harm you, plans to give you hope and a future. I'm sorry, a lot came out, but I didn't want to short you. So these are usually the messages from your higher self. Make sure I'm not missing any. Okay. We have ego death, kundalini activation, something of the sort, a spiritual awakening sort of experience. Changes are afoot. Changes. All right. The truth will set you free. Focus on the practical side, routines, organization, grounding. Don't forget that. Just a couple more here. You're getting help from the other side. I would say so. Can you think for yourself for once? This isn't me saying this. This is your higher self. All right, you hold more power to create than that. So maybe you're having, talking about doubts in your ability to create. And you have a power to create for some of you that we said earlier. Self-worth. Self-worth. Are you not worthy of love? Aha. So that is what I have for you. If it resonated, please like, share, subscribe, comment. Anything like that really does help to circulate and support the channel. I do hope to see you next time. Take care and God bless. Hey, for those of you who chose group 2, let's go ahead and dive in as mermaids do. We'll start with your channel messages. I was getting that you could be going through an uncomfortable transition, perhaps experiencing some boredom or masking, escapism, things like that. I was also getting the 4-leaf clover, so you could be having a lucky streak coming up, and then a need to release, so you could have been pile 3 in the last pick a card. Number 648, which is about eternity or eternal longevity. So if you are bored or feeling stir crazy, I could see why that number kind of goes along with that. I was also getting that you could have an Irish connection, and that the universe is trying to get you to activate into a newer, higher timeline. A few days later, I was getting that if you continue to keep holding on to certain things or hiding from certain things, you're preventing yourself from knowing your true self. So what you need to remember could be you. So now we're going to go into the tarot portion. Okay, let's get the topic here. The prison waif, self-sabotage, poverty consciousness. I feel like I've channeled this very recently, but I can't figure out where or when, or even if it's group 1 it could have been. I don't know, but I'm hearing again really strongly though for this pile. I'm hearing Smee in the movie Hook say, he's forgotten everything. I'm going to link that movie scene in the timestamps, and I really do pray that you watch it, because you're very much giving Peter Pan left Neverland and forgot everything. Everything important in Neverland, like being an eternal child. The spirit of Pan is wild. I didn't mean for that to rhyme. Outwardly, you're showing up as the Empress, so that's someone who is very, very alluring, very successful, very fertile. Internally, you're showing up as the Six of Cups. That's very nostalgic, childlike energy in your heart. But currently, your heart is broken because you're showing up in the Three of Swords, which could be explained by your past, which is the Justice card, and it came out sideways. You could be waiting on justice. You could have suffered a lot of unfairness or injustices yourself. But it could also deal with karma and maybe even waiting on your karmic reward. But remember, your main card was the prison waif, self-sabotage, poverty mindset. And in the movie Hook, one of the things that helped him fly and regain his strength and all of that was thinking happy thoughts. So this could be a mindset thing going on here. What do you want? What does your inner child in particular want? Hold that vision. And when something comes in that isn't part of that vision, move it away, push it away and say next, instead of dwelling on it not being the thing you want yet. Do you get what I'm saying? Being mindful of your thoughts, basically. In your future position, you have the Hierophant that also came out sideways. That's what I see you doing. I see you choosing what is in alignment with you and your inner child and what isn't, and not accepting anything more or less. What is it the Lost Boy says whenever Peter starts to remember? Oh, there you are, Peter. So that's how I feel about you right now. Messages from the mermaid box. We have connection to animals, inner union, see the truth, Phoenix, you have Phoenix energy, spring cleaning, that could be literal, metaphor, it could be metaphor, or it could be both, because that does seem to happen. What happens internally happens externally. Music, art, unexpected gift, they'll understand, herbal medicine. Haven't seen that one in a while. Something happened to you that was unfair, and this is God saying that we know, that the universe knows. Missing information. Could be some missing info there that will come to you. Accountability. Always take accountability, but only if it's for something you've done, not for, don't take accountability for others. Outdated beliefs. Numbers and symbols, you could see a lot of synchronicities and things like that. People can only meet you as deeply as they've met themselves. This is from your higher self. Your spirit animal is around you. Again, more animal connections. You already know. Emotional manipulation externally. So someone in your environment could be emotionally manipulative. They might not even know that they are, but you will have a spiritual experience or encounter. So that is what I have for you. If it resonated, please like, share, subscribe, comment. Anything like that really does help to circulate and support the channel. I do hope to see you next time. Take care and God bless. Hey, for those of you who chose group 3, let's go ahead and dive in as mermaids do. We'll start with your channel messages. I was hearing some lyrics that I channeled in April, not the full version, but just the specific lyrics were, if clarity's in death, then why won't this die? And that comes from Would've, Could've, Should've by Taylor Swift. Getting a lot of ancestral energy with you in general, but I was getting that you're heavily protected, that birds could be a sign for you. I was getting the firefly spirit animal. That talks about lighthearted magic coming to you. It's like the star card. You've laid the foundations, patterns, and use patterns as a map. New horizons, new visions. You may have overextended yourself or feel plain. Those are the things that the firefly spirit animal can represent. So a few days later on the 12th, I was getting that you are a bridge. So you have the mediumship ability, which everybody has that capacity, but I think that it's strong with you, and that's something, this is what you need to remember. So maybe you shut this ability off as a child when you were, maybe you got scared or something like that. But also I was getting that if you're trying to connect with a particular passed on loved one, I see that being successful, if that's what you want, of course. So let's move along to the tarot portion. Now let's see what area you need to remember. We have the 11th house, where the cosmos grants wishes, luck, friends, and social occasions. So this is Aquarius. Aquarius is natural house. Well, someone's on the move. Now I see why you got birds and new horizons and why you're heavily protected. I think you're going through a huge transition right now, possibly after a tower moment. You're showing up as the Four of Wands, so, well, in reverse. So something has changed or come apart in the very recent past or the very near future. Externally, same sort of thing. You're showing up as someone who's trying to move into calmer waters. Internally, you're showing up as a bit overwhelmed. Like we said in the channel messages, maybe you've overextended yourself. Or rather, the situation has put you into burnout. In the past energy, you're showing up in the Five of Pentacles. So even there, showing up with feeling left out in the cold. Feeling a lack. But that's changing because in the future we have the Devil in reverse. You're releasing all the cords, all the negativity, all the ego, fear, anxiety, etc. All of that because you're going towards your wish fulfillment. So the Eight of Cups is your overall energy card. And we've been talking about like wishing on a star with your the card you got for the 11th house. So this whole thing is about you remembering what it is that you wish for. I think you need to remember that you are the firefly who is the star. So you are a star. What is your wish? What do you really want? What is your heart's truest desire? And only you can answer that question. So let's go ahead and get some messages from the mermaid box. Okay. We have meeting a new person. Unexpected visitor. Wasn't that synchronistic? Body image. I have body image issues too. Hidden spiritual gift. We have a Bible verse here. This one has came out again. So Matthew 17:20, he replied, because you have so little faith, truly I tell you, if you have faith as small as a mustard seed, and you say to this mountain, move from here to there, the mountain will move and nothing will be impossible for you. So if you do happen to pray or set intentions, instead of asking, for example, Jesus to move a mountain, that prayer in particular says, you tell the mountain to move. And when I started doing that, it changed my life a lot. So you've done enough, rest. So that is what I have for you. If it resonated, please like, share, subscribe, comment. Anything like that really does help to circulate and support the channel. I do hope to see you next time. Take care and God bless. Hey, for those of you who chose group 4, let's go ahead and dive in as mermaids do. We'll start with your channel messages. The first thing I got for you was the cardinal spirit, and that means passed over loved ones, courage to shine, having the courage to shine, and to focus on family and friends. And I kept getting New Orleans, so that could be like a past life thing for you. You could feel deeply connected to the city. I really like New Orleans, but it just kept coming up, so I wrote it down. And I was hearing, I think it's from Mrs. Doubtfire, help is on the way, dear. So yeah, you could be getting some assistance, whether that be through the spirit world or the 3D. I'm not sure, or both. We'll see. I was also getting that life isn't necessarily what you wanted or expected. And then the number 222, and that number provides independence, diplomacy, and a sense of duty. I was also getting black fire, and I looked that up, and it absorbs light. It's something to do with sodium. It reminded me of a void or a black hole. A few days later, I was getting what you could call a quote-unquote royal bloodline with you, and that you could have a long line of oracles, psychics, prophets, saints, shaman, you name it. Okay, let's get a topic on what you need to remember. That was quick. We have cheetah, and it says, I have to get closer. Okay, get clear on your intentions, stay focused, and move quickly to achieve your goal. Cheetah, that's what you need to remember. Well, I get why they say help is on the way, dear, because you're showing up currently in the Ten of Swords. It's saying that outwardly you appear like you're healing. Inwardly, you feel like you don't have the ability to create or manifest anything. Your past energy is showing the High Priestess in reverse. You could just feel completely disconnected from spirit, from your intuition, not knowing the truth, feeling like there's secrets or things being kept from you. And you could have found some of this stuff out, which is why you could be in the Ten of Swords. But again, you could also be in the Ten of Swords because you feel cut off from everything. Essentially, you feel stuck. However, in your future energy, we have the Ace of Swords. That's clarity. And because we had help is on the way, dear, I think this clarity is going to come from an external source, but that could also be from spiritually, like from an ancestor. Basically, what you need to remember is going to be brought to you. So let's get some messages from the mermaid box for more context and clarity. Messages from the mermaid box. Counterpart energies is showing up. Ask for help. Don't be afraid to ask for help if you need it. Fear. Look at what's triggering you. Heavily protected. Blast from the past. It could be getting a blast from the past. What's hidden comes to light. Divorce, separation. This could be literally, or this could be something like a mindset or job, ascension, upgrade. This could be separating from fear-based beliefs. Drop your guard. Divorcing or separating from your guard. Inner union. We have some Bible verses here. Isaiah 54:17. No weapon forged against you will prevail, and you will refuse. Sorry. Let me start over. Isaiah 54:17. No weapon forged against you will prevail, and you will refute every tongue that accuses you. This is the heritage of the servants of the Lord, and this is their vindication from me, declares the Lord. So I don't think you have any reason to fear anything right now. You've got a lot of Bible verses. You could be heavily connected to Christ consciousness. All right, John 8:7. So when they continued asking him, he lifted up himself and said unto them, He that is without sin among you, let him cast a stone at her. Second Corinthians 5:7, for we live by faith, not by sight. I have not seen this many Bible verses in a pick a card before. John 14:27, peace I leave with you, my peace I give you. I do not give to you as the world gives. Do not let your hearts be troubled, and do not be afraid. Ephesians 4:29, do not let any unwholesome talk come out of your mouths, but only what is helpful for building others up according to their needs, that it may benefit those who listen. A lot about like judgment and stuff coming up in fear. Luke 6:41, why do you look at the speck of sawdust? See, same thing. Why do you look at the speck of sawdust in your brother's eye and pay no attention to the plank in your own eye? Usually what we see that's a trigger or something we don't like in somebody else, that's coming from us, because the world is a mirror of of ourselves internally. you know. So look and see where the trigger originates. Is that something within you don't like, you know? Watching, keeping tabs. Or somebody could be doing that to you, you know, judging you, but being hypocritical about it because it's something they do, you know. Sorry, my brain went blank there for a second. Ye of little faith. You will have a spiritual experience or encounter. There is no fear in love, but perfect love casts out fear. See, even these white ones, they're supposed to be messages from your higher self, but even these have had sort of cross-consciousness, biblical themes to them. So you could be very connected there. So that is what I have for you. If this resonated, please like, share, subscribe, comment. Anything like that really does help to circulate and support the channel. I do hope to see you next time. Take care and God bless.